What's up, you guys? Welcome to the February 12th edition of NBA 3-Ball presented by Established to Run. I'm your host, Mike Gallagher, getting ready to break down a 5-game Thursday and talking some other basketball stuff and some fantasy ads in 10 minutes. Hit us with the thumbs up and subscribe, please, as we get to the news. Starting with the Grizzlies, got a few guys out here with no D'Anthony Melton again, no Brandon Clark again, and then starter Desmond Bane is out. So, Taylor Jenkins, the identity of the Trigger Man is a mystery. Bane, they got to figure out who they're starting, right? They need a new Trigger Man. So you would think that the Grayson Allen has the detonator here, right? He's been subbing in for Dylan Brooks as well, so that they like him. He likes his spacing. He even likes his defense a little bit, and he likes his ability to handle the ball a little bit, take some pressure off Ja when he's seeing a lot of traps. So certainly would think Grayson Allen starts, and he's been shooting the ball pretty well, had a pretty good game on Wednesday, so he'd be a guy to look at here. Obviously, with no Clark, you're going to see Kyle Anderson at the 4. And there should be, again, if Dylan Brooks could avoid foul trouble, he should be looking at a pretty good amount of minutes here. And John Moran, again, they're trying to get him in different spots. I could see him starting to heat up in a hurry. Moving to the Wizards, and the big out tag for today is no Bradley Beal getting a rest game in a non-back-to-back against the Knicks. Very interesting. So Scott Brooks said that the next man up in the rotation after going kind of 9 deep here would be Garrison Matthews. So he would be my pick to start. Brooks also said that he wanted to see, quote, consistent flow on offense from Rui Hachimura, Davis Bertans, and Denny Obvious. So those guys would also clearly benefit. Of course, Russell Westbrook, alpha status here. He's going to be pretty chalky, even against a slow Knicks defense. But again, they'll be looking to get other things going. I think it could be sneaky Mo Wagner minutes, but obviously you can't really capitalize on that, given how he's been pretty much out of the rotation. Because they really like Len as a high screen and roll guy, and they may not do that as much with Westbrook. But something to keep an eye on. And certainly playing Bertans more to 3 could open those guys up a little bit. So, Lenz and Robin Lopez's, I think, could be somewhat viable here against a Knicks team that somewhat gives up big lines to centers at times. Let's get to the basketball from Thursday. And before the basketball, let's just talk about how wild it was before lock. If you played DFS, we got so much news. Semi Ojeleye starts. All of a sudden, Mason Plumlee is inactive. And then Tyler Herro ruled out after lock, all in a matter of 15, 20 minutes or so. And it just changed the whole slate. And there was more later on, which we'll get to. But let's talk Heat here again. No Herro. And Spoelstra said after the game he found out, quote, 17 seconds before he addressed the team that Tyler Herro was not going to play. Could not comment beyond that, given NBA's protocols. Big yikes. Max Strus got loose with a career-high 21 and no other stats besides 2 fouls. Ultra-efficient offense. He's going to pick up playing time. We know they want to get shooters out there, so certainly not a guy you're going to pick up, especially if we don't know if Herro's going to be out any longer. Probably is, right? But, he obviously would benefit. Gabe Vincent picked up some backup point guard minutes, but Kendrick Nunn obviously got all he can eat with 41 minutes. He'll certainly be chalk if Herro misses time. He's played a lot better, and Jimmy Butler, too, will be busy. All these guys will have to benefit because Herro really likes the ball in his hands. But, good win for them when they had to adjust on the fly without missing their 6-man. With the Rockets, not only did they lose, it was a bloodbath. Victor Oladipo went to the locker room, returned for a hot minute, but then got ruled out with right foot and ankle soreness. That's not great for a guy that's really kind of battled injuries lately in his career. So we'll see what happens with that. And then also, P.J. Tucker, very rare injury, went to the locker room for, as far as I could tell, the first time since January of 2020, over a year, the anti-Anthony Davis. But so those are obviously huge injuries. We'll see if they miss time. Doesn't sound serious for either of them. But certainly Eric Gordon picked up some extra shots, picked up some extra run. Wall is going to be super busy. Jayshawn Tate, he's basically almost like New Tucker with offense. So he's, again, a guy I've been beating the drum on all day as a pickup, and he's been pretty good. Other than that, Sterling Brown kind of leapfrogged David Nwaba in this spot here. Daniel House continues to get some pretty good minutes, and he's going to get more of them. So if you're eyeing him, definitely would pick him up tier 2. Celtics get the win against the Raptors in the back-to-back. Boston gets a back-to-back today. But, Semi Ojeleye got to start career-high 24, just bombing threes in the corner. Big stat last year was Toronto giving up corner threes a ton, and the Celtics did that to him last year. Did it again today. The first half, Ojeleye and Peyton Pritchard had all their threes with only 2 of them that weren't in the corner, and one of them was adjacent to the corner. So it was full-on scouting report. Certainly not buying what Ojeleye did, just played hot, had a good game. Pritchard's been playing great. Certainly if Kemba sits, I mean, you got to really circle Peyton Pritchard today. Obviously, Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum also get a pretty nice bump, scoring in the upper 20s with pretty full stat lines in about a 300-minute sample without Kemba. So, yeah, maybe see some double big lineups. Ojale certainly earned more time, but yeah, this was a pretty good win for the Celtics. And Kemba Walker actually said after the game that his teammates were trying to find him. Brad Stevens said yesterday that the coaching staff was trying to design more stuff for him, and they really went to him more. So, good to see for Kemba, but again, probably sitting today. Moving to the Pistons on the front end of their back-to-back, mentioned Mason Plumlee was a surprise inactive with right elbow bursitis. So Dwayne Casey said he might not be out too long, but doesn't know how long he's going to be out. So, I mean, that's bad for a bad team. So Isaiah Stewart was, if your league's competitive, it was a run-don't-walk situation to pick him up as the only center that's healthy on the roster right now. So he lit it up. I don't know how this man even played 31 minutes with the energy he has. So, yeah, like like Isaiah Stewart, I wrote my matchup most of it. It literally just says play Isaiah Stewart today. So again, I really like him. Again, he's one of the best pickups in deep leagues that we've seen in a little bit. So yeah, definitely make sure he's not on your waiver wire. Other than that, Josh Jackson, great fourth quarter again. He's really anchoring that second unit. So earning more playing time, seeing multiple positions, obviously downgrading from Derrick Rose to Dennis Smith Jr., who struggled today, is a really good spot for Josh Jackson. And again, Ellington missing time really got Josh Jackson to build some momentum and kind of, not want to say usurp minutes because he's earned them. So Josh Jackson, full on, ready to go here. Especially if Blake Griffin sits today. They're going to have to play him a ton with Grant playing more 4, get more Sadiq Bey in there. And we'll probably see a little Svi Mikhailuk and Sekou Doumbouya as well. Nate Bjorkgren pulled the trigger on the starting lineup move. Mentioned on our pod today that starting lineup had been getting roasted with Jeremy Lamb in there, 124D rating, so that was a good move. Certainly Doug McDermott's worth a look, not like a slam dunk pickup, but it's going to kind of be shuffled in and out. They really want to play TJ McConnell, who's been awesome lately. So yeah, I think McDermott's kind of lukewarm as an addition here. Oh, Magic. Frank Mason pulls his groin in 4 minutes, did not return, didn't look great. He was in discomfort going to the locker room. Probably missing time here. They are out of point guards right now. Steve Clifford said the other day that they weren't even practicing Dwayne Bacon at point guard until the other day when they had to, and now they're going to have to run with it a lot. Also, Terrence Ross was the backup point guard here as well. Saw a lot of Chuma Okeke handling on the ball more, just feeding Vooch a ton. They got doubled all game, still put up a pretty good line. James Ennis had a monster fluke line. Steve Clifford, about a week ago, was asked about getting Ennis more shots because of all the guys missing, and he said, oh, he's a good defender. Like, in other words, no, I don't want to get him more shots. So don't really pay attention to the Ennis line. I like Chuma. Draymond Green, another double-digit dime game. The Magic had the bold strategy cotton of leaving Stephen Curry open, and again, hit 10 triples, like that's what he does, had so many easy steals. This was just, as great as Steph was, without Steph, they really made up some ground to make this game close. So, Steph, if you played him in DFS, everything broke so nicely for you. Wiggins, great game as well. Good shot for him, too. Over the Raptors real quick. Bane's got a quick hook, so Boucher Whisperer. I had him at 26 minutes, got to 25. Feel pretty good about that. Other than that, we'll see a lot of these Bembry minutes go away as OG Anunoby gets very close to her. No Shake Milton for the Sixers. Almost had overtime here as Curry was really dominant. Ben Simmons had a really good first half. Great defense on Dame as per usual. And Furkan Korkmaz was the guy who really benefited most without Shake, kind of as expected. Melo got real hot in the fourth to get the Blazers a win. Covington steal at the end to seal it. Dame got so hot in the first with 19, but then only finished with 30. But yeah, nothing really to say here. Let's get to the ads. I have Isaiah Stewart on every single team I could pick him up. I'm really high on him. He's, again, just such a freak. Until we find out for sure Mason Plumlee's coming back, I'd cut a lot of people for him. He's really, really good. His energy level's insane. Doug McDermott's upside isn't the greatest, but still think he's a good pickup. Pacers offense needs kind of a jolt. He provides a lot of what they need. He's a really good backdoor cutter with Sabonis. They have a really good rapport, so definitely like him. Don't love him. I like Chuma. I think the Magic dropping games too certainly helps his case. He's a better scorer than I thought. His defensive stats could show up here and there. Really pure stroke, so really like him. Dwayne Bacon looks like the point guard for now, although Michael Carter-Williams, who's on this list, is someone to watch. He practiced on Monday, went through shoot around on Tuesday. Looks like he's pretty close. Probably would have played if it's not back-to-back, so he might play and start today. Probably has a minutes cap on him. And Max Strus, also a guy I think Until Tyler Herro gets back, he'll probably find some playing time. That's it. Take care. Enjoy the weekend.